it's unheard of here in Miami.
Ah,
For the past 2 months, like if you're not there at 8 o'clock in the morning,
nothing.
after 8:30, you have to be in line for an hour easily just to get a, yeah, which is
That's
unheard
all.
of.
I love those stories. I love those stories. And journeys because behind them there is like a really truly authentic
Yeah.
founder with a passion. Also that they connect with what's going on in the market and with their audience. I've been doing that with a Colombian entrepreneur. Well, not it's not an entrepreneur, it's like a large organization, but they're looking to enter the US. And the analysis that we're making is okay, it's not only what the market opportunity is, but it's also about what your passion is.
Yeah.
Like you have market opportunity, they have a lot of products that they could be marketing here, right? And they have, and we are helping them analyze, what to use to enter the market and what brand to use, etc. But I think that the main difference is gonna be made by, okay, but which is your favorite product? Or what's your passion? I know that they are very like purpose driven. So I was like, hey, but there's a lot of passion behind that. So let's work with that. And I think that, well, the greatest brands of all time have very extremely passionate founders. You can find it in any typical example. You have extremely passionate founders that really take care of the brand.
Yes, 100% agree. Let me tie it into the next question because again, I'm going to reiterate, you did answer a lot that I was wanted to ask you. Even though having focused, putting everything together, the passion, the why, going through the journey, the journey for the founder,
No, the journey for the
for the
client
customer,
and
right?
the customer.
Or is there going through that path, are there any common frustrations or roadblocks you see the firms encountering, even when you're building up that strong offering?
So throughout the strategy process, and this I'm I do the same thing. I used to do the same thing, so I understand where they're coming from. Uh, a lot of founders want to rush the process. It's like, okay, you know what? I have to come up with a new brand or I have to come up with a new name. Let's just, it has to be done in a month and a half and let's get it done with, right? And I honestly was the same way. And my partner taught me, she's like, wait, you have to let the creative process happen. And it doesn't mean like I'm gonna do, 2 months in a mountain and getting inspired by the gods. I'm saying it's about letting ideas simmer because it's, there's a power, there's a huge power in your pillow, right? Uh, of, you going through a lot of ideas and letting it simmer and go through it and think about it again the next day is huge for these type of decisions. So the most common, yeah, that's the anxiety of going through the process. That's the most common pitfall. Then we don't only do the strategic side of things. We do strategic positioning, where you want to take the company, what's your marketing plan, but then we also execute it. We have a team that comes in and it becomes the expansion of your marketing department, or if it's a smaller team, a smaller client, actually, we are their marketing department. And in that area, the challenges are completely different. There we become, okay, we are your communications and promotional engine. And in marketing, it's always the challenge of deciding what to do because you have the tools, you have the tactics, you have 100 million offerings of what you could be doing to reach your stakeholders, to reach your client. But there is only so much time and so much budget in life. So it's always a process of testing and elimination. And that also takes a lot of patience, especially in this space. In fintech, um, it also takes a lot of partnerships nowadays. Fintech, I feel, if we talk about specifically about fintech, I would say that the main driver of growth nowadays is about partnerships and community building.
Yes, 100% agree. the
Those take
conversation.
time. So again, like
Yes. It takes,
uh,
I think, I'm sure you've heard this saying, there are days that takes, no, or is it that there are months that feels like years, and then there's days that feels like, everything happens in an instant. And I'm sure one can relate with what's going on with the current, I mean, I don't want to say administration, but with the current times that we live in, I mean, you have all these geopolitical changes that tends to shift overnight, whether it is the tariff stuff or whether it is like a new bill that's going to come out though. And then you're having the whole rates situation that also affects, the cost of capital. But what is the projection of that is coming out? And I do believe what you did mention with the partnership that you do are having a lot of M&As that have been occurring within the past year or two as well. And it seems like there is a shift that is going on, whether it is just a digitalization of internet, of assets, so on and so forth, or how the speed, the scalability of speed that one is able to go because in essence, it seems like, and I'm intertwining with a few other things over here, but there's certain things that, here in the United States being like the one most efficient capital system in the world, there's some things that are still lagging due to X, Y, and Z factors. And at the
yeah.
same
Oh,
time, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be very eloquent about it, but um, I don't want to get with some personal situations. But there's a bank. I don't want to say its name. Like I'm just waiting. I mean, an approval that takes 2 weeks, and in any other banks in other countries, it takes like 3 hours. I mean, it's
yeah.
insane, and it's
Yeah.
insane. And I'm just
Think-
thinking, your
Yeah.
stock is doing good, but I mean, you're hurting the client, which is going to hurt you out the long run. So,
No, in
uh,
terms of like the marketplace also, I honestly try to learn, but not let myself be so influenced by competition. In fintech, yes, you're gonna have competition, yes, a lot. If you are hyper focused on providing the best service for your clients, I feel like that's gonna be your 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 best chance to grow. The entrepreneurs that I see highly focused on competition, I don't see them as successful as the ones that actually just focused on doing the best they can. And I'm not saying you need to ignore the market, but I wouldn't let myself be influenced by the news mostly too. I
right.
feel like a lot of people are influenced by what's happening in the world. And I would just, I would only analyze the factors that can impact my business. And if you really, really get strict about it, there's very, very little. We live in the US. I don't know. I've been in the US for 25 years. I'm originally from Argentina, and Argentina is, it's a market that truly impacts you every single day. Conditions change, and their conditions are going to change for the next day of work. And that's going to happen every day. It's a matter of time. But yes, I don't feel like that's the case in the US. Yes, the tariffs, they came up. Good. Okay. There are tariffs. And then there is so much noise around,
Right.
so much more noise than the impact that they had in businesses. If you talk about, I'm not saying it didn't have impact in businesses. It's just that if you go over the whole economy and you work statistically, how many businesses were actually truly impacted by the tariffs? What percentage? I don't know what the number is, but I'm sure it's not more than 50%, right? That's what I'm saying. Like there is a thing as an entrepreneur, I fight every single day um to work on my focus. And one of the things that I do is, try to eliminate the influence of news into my focus.
To your compass, to your North Star. Yeah.
Exactly, because if not, it's really, really hard. Like I fight every day to like keep my calendar clean, keep my priorities clean,
Yeah.
not get distracted. So news is one of the major factors that you have to like keep it out of the door.
Definitely. No, 100% agree. Especially in the age of social media, how fast internet is just scaling into our everyday lives. Technology, definitely one has to put barriers or filter out the noise accordingly. Anything looking ahead into 2026? Any emerging trends or innovations in branding, communications, or scalable business models that you're excited about?
Well, the main challenge in communications is noise, as I was saying, actually, with AI is multiplying.
Uh,
So making it through the noise is getting harder and harder. The cost of acquisition keeps going up because of that. So that's going to continue to be the challenge, I feel. And that's why we focus a lot on community building
mm,
because actually people I've seen this happen and I've been doing events for clients and I built a community in the Miami FinTech Club and I personally enjoy it that much more. It's just like, wow, whenever you just get together and consistently, in time and start meeting people and actually remember who you met because
yeah,
you saw them again,
yeah,
because that's another factor, right? You know,
yeah.
you stop
Oh, yeah.
remembering who you met,
Especially Miami.
especially in Miami. So that's the issue. I feel like that those are gonna be the main challenges. And for fintech, um, well, the market keeps getting more saturated in a way. The challenge for fintech in US, what I've seen is they are solving pain points in terms of cost of transaction or cost, operating costs. But I haven't seen any big innovation in the consumer side
Mm,
just because there is no real day-to-day pain to
mm,
solve. If you think about it, you already have like the Venmos, the Cells, the Cash App. There is no day-to-day consumer pain to solve beyond actually, well, the lending prices, that maybe is one, but those prices keep going down. So I feel
mm.
that it's not going to be an issue soon. So yeah, the fintech improvements, I feel, or the fintech development will be more focused on mostly improving the customer experience.
Yeah, the user, the platform, the user experience when it comes out engaging into their
Mhm.
platform. 100% agree.
Mhm.
100% agree. Very, very insightful. Definitely appreciate all of everything you have shared with us. A lot of value being presented here, especially for any line of businesses within the fintech industry, whether specifically here towards B2B that has been discussed. Fantastic conversation. I really appreciate that. Thank you again for your time and your insights, Alejandra. For folks that are watching here, where can they go ahead and get in contact or form my information with you in regards to what you have to offer here at Scalto?
Well, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm the only Alejandra Slatapolsky you'll find. So that's the easiest way. Or I have an Instagram account, aleslata dash marketing, and you can find me there too.
Awesome. Thank you again, Alejandra. It's been a privilege. And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. Catch you next time.